Because someone may ask, what is spirituality? Someone may say it's oneness between you and the Most High, or God, or a deity. When you tell someone you are a God, they think actually you're committing blasphemy. Then you go there and read Psalms 20. It tells you, is it not written that ye are gods? As soon as you diminish your own aspect from what is actually written in the manual, then if you are not a God, what are you? Because people even do not know what the meaning of human is. Because the word "hu" means something else. "Hu" means something else. Because if Adam was more intelligent than the angels, where do you think the beef came from? Consider situations these days. What happens when you are either you're more handsome or more beautiful and intelligent at the same time? How do people treat you? They hate you. They say, how can you have both of those things? That's why they come with these quotes like, you cannot have a cake and eat it too. As opposed to what? Why are you having the cake? People need to ask themselves all these things. If someone comes up with expressions and you keep just throwing it around to look intelligent, it will make you look like a fool when you're actually told to apply that theory. Go to someone's birthday and they give you a cake. What are you supposed to do with it? If you go to a wedding, what are you supposed to do with the cake? Just hold it? Put it in your pocket? You see, the aspect of having that cake is to eat it. What do you mean you cannot have a cake and eat it too? People need to check, ask questions, and you apply. That's why I talk about a complete, in order to appreciate the purpose of a word in its true sense, you have to apply. Experiment. People don't know they are all scientists. We are all scientists. I think the concept of cooking, you try to cook in a certain style. Maybe the first time the setup does not work, then you keep adjusting, you have this recipe. Because cooking is as an aspect of alchemy. Even though people hate cooking, they just say, oh, no one wants to be found in kitchen these days. Because they think it's degrading, either ladies or men. But you want to go out there and order the tastiest food. And that food can actually, if you are angry, it can instantly shift your mood to instant happiness. Someone say the way to a man's heart is through their stomach. Well, it's a different concept. Everyone has their own stomach of interests. The stomach, all these words are infinite in their own aspect. Man is actually a race, not actually the male gender. So what does the lady feed on? Air. They also feed on something that actually excites them. It's always something that you feed on that excites you. See? Because when I said you shrink your spirit, it means you shrink your soul. Because your spirit does not shrink. Consider a situation where you are this big Titanic ship in the ocean. And you shrink yourself all the way to a canoe. Where you just want to use this oar to row your boat. Consider a canoe in an ocean. The sharks will be very happy every time they just see you just paddling the waters. But they know you're not going to get far. So you push them with your hands. You're just going to crush that canoe with their teeth. Then you're just left floating over there so that they can play around with you before they rip you to shreds. And say that was a very successful dinner because they got to play with the food first. See? When you shrink your spirit, that's how reality will actually deal with you. Then you say the world is bad. People talk about this aspect of getting new bodies in the heavens. So they destroy their bodies here. Consider a situation where you have a house and your own children decide to break your utensils every other time because they know there's another room with utensils. Are you just going to let them break everything because they know that there's another room with also those items? They just take your TV, they just crash it. That aspect of being given a new body. You're given something out of responsibility. Even if you notice ranks and promotions, they are given out of responsibility. Even though these days it's very much misused. You just look at who is weaker than you so that you give them a rank. That's why we have very shitty people in leadership. Because someone wants to pick that someone who is weaker than them so that they can control them. Because the weaker person will always consider the consequence as to which they are given that position. So they will always act out of fear of the consequence that they can lose that position. Or they will not be seen as a person who matters. That's why I say you have to learn to separate yourself from your titles and ranks. Who are you without your rank? Because if you ask for someone to describe themselves, they start giving you all these achievements and all this. Oh, I am a doctor and I have 3 kids. No, then you ask them, what happens when your ability to become a doctor has been taken away? Who are you now? No, and you also your own family. Because like I said, the government can just come and just take your children. You cannot sue them. You do not read constitutions. The government owns you and also owns your children. People think the aspect of freedom is not really an illusion. Freedom is actually appreciating that all those things that can be taken away from you, they don't take away your happiness. You need to envision yourself like that anytime you consider the aspect of freedom. From there you'll not have any fear. And even those things that you have cannot be taken away from you anymore. But as long as the love that you feel within yourself is connected to things in a strong way, then someone will exploit that angle. Why is it that these days they want people in leadership to have maybe families? Because you can just put a gun on someone's wives and the other person will just cough everything. They will just betray themselves or their own children. The only rank that is left for people who are single is priesthood. You see,